So demons can be tied, anchored, or forced entanglement or connection to any person just through the humdrum nature of reality and just like picking up things now and again through certain environments or people that we've interacted with. Some are particularly haunted, don't know it, and are getting things done against them, their energy stolen, their abilities, self-defeating programs put onto them, their auric being, their electromagnetic auric field being taken control of and used to steal energy from other people they interact with. All kinds of stuff happens, and then we get that entanglement. It'll usually manifest through feeder tubes, especially when you're in a state where you're working with the spiritual entourage beings you surround yourself with, guides, guardians, sentinels, your soul family beings that protect you, uh, and make it hard for demons to come in. They won't. These opportunists will usually use a scenario where they'll come fast in like scavengers, steal something of yours, spark, soul shard, dreaming body, light body, whatever it is, and then go off to a long distance, put all these things in front of you so that you don't track them back fast or for a long period of time, make it hard for you to get it back, and then steal energy from you from a distance, and then dump negative energy on you to influence you subtly without, especially when we're in a state of being where we're in a species with amnesia and we're kept from knowing that these things even exist and there are things to prevent them and coping mechanisms. So they could be either entangled with a person from a distance, stealing their energy through a stolen part of themselves, or directly haunting them in their field, their environment, suppressing their guides, suppressing their higher self, uh, any way for them to notice or fight back into get them in a low vibrational state so they can harvest energy from them. And there are various types of possession, ranging from scale of how bad it is to really bad, like slowly encroaching on your field. Like, if you don't believe in demons, it'll just manifest as intense amounts of anxiety, sadness, depression, fear, suicidal thoughts, cutting, big indicator for demons, thought influence, mental mind control of them projecting into your mind, make you believe that your thoughts are your thoughts, and all of it's your thoughts. Some of it is picked up from your environment of thought bubbles, thought streams, and it's coming into your mental body processor. And then that will go into influence in the being, especially if they want that as a targeted individual scenario to make change that person's timeline, or emotional mind control, which will make them feel differently in certain scenarios or points that information comes to them, or people, and that like causes a lot of drama. And especially when they want to keep powerful beings from coming together and staying united, they'll drama demons will come in and separate them and cause drama. It can even lead to suicidal thoughts, migraines, huge amounts of anxiety to the point of overwhelm. Like I've been in these states before, knew the tools. The only thing that would help is fetal position in the shower, uh, trying to get over the huge amount of overwhelm and anxiety, stress, fear, pain, sometimes heart attacks, piercing like needle points that usually be an indication of something testing your defenses in your auric field before it tries to launch a feeder tube to steal energy or be in the process of doing it. So these beings kind of being natural in the environment, uh, all parasite, uh, besides physical parasites, energetic parasites, different types, etheric parasites, in the lower end of the spectrum, besides evil and negative spirits and demons. They're like a parasitic form of elemental that has many different expressions I've seen of going after energy and needing that to survive because they can't make their own. So like natural state of the universe would be like a ebb and flow of a lava lamp going up from the higher states of energy and expression of lighter and neutral, dark, and like going up in that lava lamp of experience and difficulty and balancing it for the optimum states of growth and controlled opposition for evolution through facing multiple experiences and perspectives coming together and learning from that. So besides that natural state, which should be, but like isn't quite what we have right now because there's an invading force that is that's unbalanced in state, antithesis to source, which what we call evil. It's focusing and capturing all the dark because it's easier to penetrate darkness because it's a high difficulty and you don't usually know when it's happening if you're a dark being. Or if you do, then it's easier to dominate because it's so hard to be in positive state of darkness in alignment with source and natural law. So which is the balanced state of antithesis source, which is anti-evil or the antidote for evil, which alchemizes that lowest state of darkness back up into light. So usually here, most I see is when something's trying to hold it down and dominate and control everything and get into that low state of unbalanced darkness and evil. Which is also tying into the shit sandwich of what dark cultism hands us with their understanding of demons, as well as, oh, it's okay to just work with demons, any old thing. And then not touching upon the beings you shouldn't work with fully at all because they have no benefit besides a small shit sandwich that they prop in front of you that's like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And if compare the unbalanced darkness to balanced positive in alignment with source natural law darkness that like holds ground against darkness and is able to stay balanced on that tightrope walk on a unicycle, dodging gale force winds, because that is what it takes. In balancing, it's really hard. And once you fall off, you don't know you fall off because the mind control sets in the ego and tells you you're still going, everything's good. And the thing with that is not to underestimate your enemy or evil, because underestimation is a weakness that they use as a door to influence, attack, and throw things that are camouflaged so that you never find them and track them back and prevent that influence. Because the chess move of the dark is to change you by viewing the information, and if you know that, then you can learn from it to better protect yourself in defense against the dark arts, because there's all that. And transmute any place that you're in huge amount of darkness and come out even stronger, knowing how to prevent it and becoming anti-evil, which is one of our destiny here. So when somebody is exhibiting the state of having demon attachments, they'll usually be indicated by all I've mentioned before, the pain, the various pressures, feeling states, things bogging them down to a low vibrational state of anxiety, depression, fear, which is in the lower end of the emotional spectrum. Higher end is excitement, joy, love. So they want to get you down to that state because if you, which is why we naturally go after bliss. Besides you regaining more energy from your environment and adding into your energy reserves, it also helps you prevent demons from remaining attached to you or negative entities, because it's very uncomfortable for them to raise to that higher state of vibration when they're forced to entangle with you. And when you raise your vibrational state, they either have to disentangle because they feel very uncomfortable and detach, remove themselves from you, or they have to raise up with you very fast, or they somehow have a filter mechanism, which is not the easiest thing for them to do unless they're stealing it from you. You'll have less energy, you'll wake up tired, bags under your eyes, nightmares, dream terrors, things blocked dreams, headaches, migraines, teeth pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, knee pain, tingling of the body, sharp piercing sensations, just all around bogged down energy, like things stealing the person's energy so that they can mimic that authority, so they can authorize bullshit like crap spiritual contracts that they didn't agree to. They're like, oh yeah, you agreed to 1 billion blockages. Here you go. Or something to limit you, steal your abilities, energy, and all that, and then perpetuate that and spread it to the rest of the multidimensional self of your being. Um, Haunted people, you'll feel not good around them. You'll feel like you're drained, dirty energy. A haunted place, the same thing. Uh, Itching on the crown, things connecting to your crown chakra through the degree of separation, beings you met across, or the straight met across the street, heard their voice on the radio, you've walked across any of your being. That's the first degree of separation. Second is spiritual entourage. That's also coming out the filing system. Or dream time haunting scenarios where they're stealing energy from your dreaming body, or getting into a weird scenario, or something to limit you from what you could be dreaming. And that a perpetual food source for them, because they don't want people to know they exist. They don't require you to much at all, and that will just lead to being a easier food source because nothing's being done to prevent them because you don't believe they exist. So hey, um, and I didn't want to again believe this existed, but I've been attacked crazy by these things. Um, and I've had to learn through that shadow of the self mystery school to it is okay in a natural law. It's mostly about do no harm to any sentient kind, but don't take shit, because you have the right to protect your reality, protect your body, protect your property, what is proper to you, force anything that's force entangling with you out of your body, or if you're in a possession scenario or in your environment. And if you need to express the rights you have and show your teeth of what the being gets if they don't go in alignment with your will, your rights, and if they're stepping on them, you have the right to kick their ass, or whatever means it necessary to force them off or whatever. Um, and I also teach that, but like defense against the dark arts kind of concept. Protection, offense, shielding, energy work. I've literally been in the thick of this and had to manifest it when I needed it because I was getting hugely attacked, huge anxiety, near death experiences, attack, uh, tense amounts of torturous pain, um, overwhelm, fear, super migraines, empathic overwhelm. There's all kinds of things that add to it. It's kind of like in Harry Potter, Dementor coming in, that feeling state of you being like a windowsill and the ice creeping in more and more, and slowly you're forgetting all the things around you and part of you that would empower you and get you down to a state of fear, depression, like you're staring off into the distance. You don't know what to do. You're like processing. You don't know what's going on. It's overwhelming. Um, it's not always like that. It can be very subtle in the beginning, and whatever is needed to make you not think that that exists. Uh, but it can get that bad, especially if the being his intention is to, in a higher form of possession, take control of the limbic system, which has to do with function, movement, and function. And I can resolve that too. There's various things that I teach for getting rid of that. Um, so, and it's hard to cultivate bliss and heart, especially when you're in that lower down state where you don't know what to do. Three things to remember above all else: your power, how powerful you are. These movies will go into these like, oh, like Paranormal Activity. we go into like, oh, these demons can snap your neck like nothing. Like, no, that's like special scenarios where that being has stolen energy from whoever it's interacting with to the degree where it can incur upon the reality that much. There are a lot of rules here, and so you can audit that in like a spiritual court kind of thing. But usually that won't happen. Um, there will be some scenarios I've had dealt with near-death experiences from attack of like higher range predators that are well above demons, well above archonic demons, which has to do with the negative hijacking of this spiritual system of domination control here as a saddle put over the natural incarnation grid of Earth in the reincarnation to suppress powerful beings coming in and put stones and make a predict in their path and in their time of their timeline and make a predictive model for them so that they can out chess move them and multi-dimensional predators above that, and then whatever is above them, and it keeps going up. We can resolve it here at Silver Cord Spiritual Science on YouTube, as well as silvercordss.com. We are also on Facebook. You can get a hold of us, contact my assistant Mary if you want to get a hold of me or other very experienced employees at mokorn@hotmail.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. The more popular these videos become, the more I will make, the more information I'll give away for free.